Hey guys, so it's time to put the Sony Xperia X Performance against Sammy Boy to see how it compares here. Both of these can be had for roughly the same kind of price, a lot of dollar basically, and you might want to see how the performance is here. So as you can see, we have basically updated them, left them as they are, so they can be tested here. We're going to be looking at the battery, we're going to be looking at the camera, we're going to be looking at the day-to-day performance, see which one gives you the best bang for buck. And these two companies have been at each other's throats for many years when it comes to mobile. Some would say Samsung has gone ahead in terms of, the smartphone race, but you've got Sony diehards who still, prefer the Sony here. You can see the S7 Edge does boot on faster, which I did find out from a previous video. Xperia X Performance seemed to be very slow booting up, even slower than the general Xperia X. Maybe a software update will solve that, but you can see we are online now. We'll just get rid of everything so we can have a look here how they compare. This is an Exynos S7 Edge, by the way. So just to spite Sony here, I've installed the PlayStation app on Samsung and it loads faster. Go figure. So quite similar there. Quicker on the S7. S7 again. Wow, S7 Edge very fast there. And we do have the game. In fact, let's see the Samsung video. Do we have the video here? I think we do, or the gallery. Wow, very fast on Samsung. And let's see Google. Samsung again. I think we did install some games as well. Something like this one. Wow, so Samsung seems to be pretty ahead here when it comes to the app opening. And well, it's FIFA. Maybe Sony needs to do a restructuring of its mobile division, like LG. They just gave everyone pink slip, and jobs are good 'un. So you can see, I think generally the S7 Edge gives you a little bit better when it comes to the app opening performance. And I don't think I've tested the Wi-Fi against these two yet, so let's see how they compare. Both connected to 5G band, and Xperia X can pull nearly 150, yes, 150, very nice, not bad at all. Upload gives me quite decent as well. So what can the Edge with its alien technology do? You see, the Edge just cheats on every Wi-Fi test. I mean, seriously, it gives me more than I pay for. I don't know how it does it. It's ridiculous. It's off the chart. So yeah, very conclusive there. But you know, Wi-Fi speed isn't everything. Let's see the real world speed here. So we're going to use Chrome because Sony does come with Chrome installed. I know Samsung has its own browser, but you know, people do like fairness here. So let's have a look at the real world speed. And I think the Samsung finished loading quicker there, even though the page seemed to come up a little bit faster on the Sony. Quite similar to load again. So let's look at the loading of the little thing that loads. You can see Samsung's done. And let's try Daily Mail. Again, Samsung seems to be loading the page a bit faster here. Let's click on the link. Oh, again. So one more and then we can call it a night and give a taxi for Sony. Oh no, it's comes up a bit faster here with this one. Phone Arena. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This site's well dodgy nowadays. Seriously. What the hell? This site seems to be like virus infected. So let's see, GameSpot. Yeah, I'm seeing Samsung here. I'm seeing Samsung with the faster performance. Sony, you need to go back to the drawing board. Let's have a look at the multitasking. It's not a good year to be a Sony fan. It really isn't. I can say that many Sony fans are probably hiding from the world at the moment. I would be. I think we definitely need to have some restructuring at the top. Oops. Camera. Quicker here. I mean, seriously, there doesn't seem to be any wins when it comes to the Sony side. And let's have a look at the games. Games. No reload. And one more. FIFA. Come on, you can keep it in memory, Sony. Oh, it did. Very nice. Too bad it was only one thing there. So you can see the S7 Edge pretty much demolishes the Sony when it comes to the speed and performance. How do they compare in terms of the camera? I did go out and about with them today and have a look at that, and basically apart from the selfies, which are very actually quite detailed on the Xperia X Performance, as you can see from this front facing shot, I still think Samsung has the advantage basically when it comes to the 12 megapixel camera obviously versus the higher 20 odd megapixel camera. Is particularly evident when you're doing these low light shots here. And to be fair, we did do a superior auto shot on the Sony using 8 megapixel. Because some people say that the 8 megapixel mode is better for low light. We also did the night mode as well using the manual night mode on the Sony. to see if that would help. And to be honest, I didn't really see too much of a difference, really. Using both modes, still the Samsung was brighter, more clearer, and there was also an annoying kind of blurry kind of effect on some of the low light shots on the Sony for some reason. I noticed that on the Z5 family as well. So at the end of the day, the Samsung is again ahead here when it comes to the low light ability. In terms of the good light, I'd say it's a better story on the Sony, but it's not really that much better than what you get on the S7 as well. Maybe it's a bit more detailed if you were to print it off, but I think the S7 still handles the background a little bit better in terms of the contrast, etc. So again, a little bit disappointing that we haven't had much of an improvement over the Z5, really. It's a little bit faster when it comes to actually taking a shot, which is good, and going into the gallery, but you want the raw performance, particularly if you're paying top dollar here. You can also have a look at the video. I did do a quick little test of that. So Sony makes a big deal of the predictive autofocus ability on the Xperia X, which is quite good. You can see it tracking something as you're moving the camera, but the lack of 4K option means that the detail is not really as good, I don't think, as the S7 and LG, etc. Which is a bit of a shame, really, given that the stabilization is generally very good on Sony phones. So it's a major omission, which is quite inexplicable. Also, I do like the camera software still on the Samsung more, because it gives you, Pro mode, where you can really mess around with the settings. So at the end of the day here, you can see, Sony definitely needs to step up its game. I say that every time nearly whenever I compare, these two handsets from these two companies. At the end of the day, the Xperia X is a nice phone. It's got nice build quality. You can just have a look at the battery life. So I did actually start them off for about the same battery. You can see the battery is about the same still. So that's pretty good, given that this is a bigger battery. It's got that AMOLED display, obviously, to power though, which might be draining it. But at the moment, I think Samsung is giving you a little bit more better value for money, really, if we consider 4K video recording, and also very nice curved display. Even the standard S7, comes with I think bigger battery and Super AMOLED display, as well as a whole host of other technologies which I'm probably not aware of. 4 gigs of RAM as well. I think Sony needs to up the minimum amount of RAM it puts into its phones. 3 gigs seems to be very paltry, particularly when you can get cheap Chinese phones which come with 4 gigs, like the Umi Super. So Sony needs to stop being so stingy, and give us a flagship that we really want to see. It's a good phone, just doesn't compare at the moment with the top end, unfortunately. But just a quick little comparison here between these two phones. If you've got any questions, do let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.